Class 103, and welcome to our Bridges review video. So, do you have your textbook ready? If not, please pause at the tape and go get your Bridges textbook ready for me now. So, this video we are going to be looking at Chapter 9, and we will review all about going places. In this, we will talk about our storytelling unit, conversation, social studies, and also math. But first of all, we will start with our storytelling, and more specifically, vocabulary. So to do this, I need you to turn to page 41. Great! Now, for our vocabulary, we have learned new words and we have learned a new type of word. Okay? Now, in our storytelling unit, it is very, very important that you know how to spell all of our vocabulary words. These are our key words and our key focus. So first, happily. Can you say it with me? Happily. H-A-P-P-I-L-Y. Happily. Quietly. Can you say it with me? Quietly. Q-U-I-E-T-L-Y. Quietly. Now the opposite to quietly is noisily. Can you say it with me? Noisily. N-O-I-S-I-L-Y. Noisily. Carefully. Can you say it with me? Carefully. C-A-R-E-F-U-L-L-Y. Carefully. Quickly. Can you say it with me? Quickly. Q-U-I-C-K-L-Y. Quickly. The opposite to quickly is slowly. Can you say it with me? Slowly. S-L-O-W-L-Y. Slowly. Safely. Can you say it with me? Safely. S-A-F-E-L-Y. Safely. Important. Can you say it with me? Important. I-M-P-O-R-T-A-N-T. Important. Now, let's review our sight words. How. H-O-W. How. You. Y-O-U. You. So. S-O-M-E. So. When. W-H-E-N. When. Them. T-H-E-M. Them. From. F-R-O-M. From. Where. W-H-E-R-E. Where. Now, let's review. What type of words are these? Or what type of words are they? So the words that we're looking at, happily, quietly, noisily, carefully, safely, quickly, and slowly. That's right, they're adverbs. So what is an adverb? Okay, an adverb is a word or a phrase that modifies, so changes an adjective, verb, or another adverb. So here we have I sat down. Okay, the adverb will modify the verb. So what is the verb? Sat. So how have I modified it? Here, I have told you how I sat down. So, I quietly sat down. One more time. I quietly sat down. Now, we use adjectives and we change these to the adverbs. And we change them by adding an ly at the end. But some adjectives will finish in the letter Y. So we cannot do this with them, and we need to change it differently. So if the adjective ends in a Y, then you need to change it to ILY and take the first Y away. So if you look here, happy ends in a Y. So we take the Y off the end, HAPP. Then we add the ILY. So together, for the adverb, it will be happily, and that's HAPPILY. So, first off, I am going to read. So remember, you just need to listen carefully and follow the words with your magic finger. Are you ready? Okay. On the bus. Summary. We get on the bus. We talk to each other. The driver drives the bus to school. We quietly get on the bus. It's good to be calm. We happily ride the bus. It's nice to go to school. We talk noisily to each other. It's fun to see our friends. The bus slowly goes up the hill. It's fun to count the cars. The bus quickly goes down the hill. It's good to go to school on time. The bus driver carefully drives the bus. It's important to stay safe. We safely get to school. It's great to start another day. Now, this time we're going to read together. Still follow with your magic finger, but let's go. On the bus. Summary. We get on the bus. We talk to each other. The driver drives the bus to school. We quietly get on the bus. It's good to be calm. We happily ride the bus. It's nice to go to school. We talk noisily to each other. It's fun to see our friends. The bus slowly goes up the hill. It's fun to count the cars. The bus quickly goes down the hill. It's good to get to school on time. The bus driver carefully drives the bus. It's important to stay safe. We safely get to school. It's great to start another day. Now, that finishes our storytelling section, and we will move to conversation now. In our conversation, we have been talking about how we get to different places and how we use transportation to get to these different places. So let's review first. There are different types of transportation. We have airplanes, cars, trains, boats, buses, and scooters. Now, in these, we can also get more specific. So we can talk about different types of car, for instance. And so for a different type of car, we might have a mini car, which is a small car. Or we might have a sports car, which is a fast and expensive car. We can also do this for trains. So we have slower trains, and then we have our bullet train. Boats. Boats, we can have different types. And boats, remember in our lesson, we talked about a cargo boat, which doesn't take people to places, it takes things. Or we can have a cruise ship, which people use to go on vacation. So they will travel to other countries on the ship and sleep on the ship before arriving. And then they can visit lots of different countries at one time or on one vacation. So different types of transportation are used for different distances. So what does distance mean? Distance is a noun, and it means the length of space between 2 points. So if we think about where our school is and where Taipei 101 is, the length of space between these 2 places is 3 kilometers. So the distance between our school and Taipei 101 is 3 kilometers. Now, to think about it, if we were going to the park, what mode of transport would you use? That's right, we could use 2. We could use a car or a scooter. But if we think about the distance as well, maybe the park is not too far from your home and you want to help the planet and cause less pollution, so you could maybe walk or use a bicycle. Now, if you were going to Kenting, which mode of transport would you use? That's right, we could use a car or a train, okay? Now, if we were to use the train will only go to Kaohsiung. So after that, we would have to also take another mode of transportation. So from Kaohsiung to Kenting, we could take the bus. So if we are going different places, we can use more than one kind of transportation. Now, America is a much further distance. So what mode of transportation would you use? That's right, an airplane. We could not use a car, a train, a bus, or a scooter though, because we are on an island. And to get to America is very far and there is lots of ocean between us. And these do not travel on the ocean. Now, Penghu is also an island. So what would we use to go here? That's right, we would use a boat. And the boat would take us from Taiwan to Penghu Island. We can also fly there too. Now, if we look at our 2 sentences for conversation, one is a question and one is the answer. So the question you would ask is, where do you want to go? Now, when we ask a where question, remember, we are always looking for a place in the answer. So I want to go to. Then in this space, you would use the place. So maybe you could say, I want to go to Kenting. I will ride. Now after ride, we would use the type of transportation. So my full answer would be, I want to go to Kenting. I will ride the tray. So, with your family, I want you to practice your conversation now. So pause the video and practice for me now. Great, well done. Thank you for practicing. Now we will move on to social studies. In social studies, we have been looking at things to write. So let's review first. Transport takes things or people from one place to another. And to transport something is doing it, so that means it is a verb. But to transport, we need to use transportation. And people use transportation to go places. So, before we talk about our transportation, I want you to think about what types of words are on and in. That's right, they're prepositions. So a preposition is used before a noun or a pronoun to tell us a place, a position, or a time. So if you look at the sentence, the boy is lying on the floor. The preposition tells us where the boy is and what he is doing. So let's learn some place prepositions. In front of. The cat is in front of the box. Behind. The cat is behind the box. Next to. The cat is next to the box. Between. The cat is between two boxes. On. The cat is lying on the box. Over. The cat is jumping over the box. Under. The cat is hiding under the box. In. The cat is sleeping in the box. Now, we use prepositions for transport too. So, people ride on a boat. People ride in a car. People ride on a train. People ride on a plane. People ride on a bus. Now, I want you to think about it. Why do we use two different prepositions? So why do we use in a car but on a plane? So, we use on if it's a platform and in for a container. So what that means is, if you can walk around, it is on. It is a platform. So on the airplane, we can walk around the airplane. We walk from the door to our seat. So this means it is on. But in a car, you would just sit nicely in the seat with your seatbelt on. So this means that we don't walk around in a car. So this means in. Okay? Now, I want you to think about it. If it's a helicopter, is it on or is it in? That's right. It is in a helicopter because like the car, when you get in a helicopter, you just sit nicely in the chair with your safety belt on. Now, we have finished social studies, so well done. And we will finish with math. So in math, we have been reviewing some things that we learned in semester 1, and that was addition. So first, we will look at bigger, smaller, and how to add things together. And then we will look at our new learning part. So if we look here, first of all, bigger and smaller, here is about size. So an elephant is bigger than a pig. But we could also say a pig is smaller than an elephant. So which is bigger, the basketball or the baseball? That's right, a basketball is bigger than a baseball. Which is smaller, a tennis ball or a soccer ball? That's right, a tennis ball is smaller than a soccer ball. Now, we used it with size there, and we can talk about it for numbers and the size of the numbers too. So which is bigger? 7 is a bigger number than 2. So we can say 7 is bigger than 2. Which is smaller? 2 is smaller than 7. Now, if we look here at our math sum, okay, first of all, we have the addition symbol. And these are two lines crossed over. Here we have our equal symbol. These are two lines, one under the other. And then here we have our sum. And the sum is the two numbers added together. So addition is to put numbers together to make a new number. And the sum is the number you get when you add these together. So if we look here, there are 3 different ways to tell people about our sum. So here we have some books. And we can say 9 books plus 8 books equals 17 books. We can also say the sum of 9 and 18 is 17. Or we can just write it in number form, and this would mean writing 9 plus 8 equals 17. So if we look at our beds here, how can we answer this? First, we can answer it by saying 5 beds plus 8 beds equals 13 beds. Or we can say the sum of 5 and 8 is 13. Finally, in our number form, we can just say 5 plus 8 equals 13. So if we look at the tables we can say 7 tables plus 7 tables equals 14 tables. Or the sum of 7 and 7 is 14. Or in number form, 7 plus 7 equals 14. But did you know we can add numbers in a different way as well? Okay, now this is our new learning point, so listen very carefully. Our new learning point is called column addition, okay? And the numbers are written directly under each other, and so they are written in columns. Here, it is very, very important that you write the numbers under each other correctly, okay? Because when we add using column addition, we always start with the ones, then move to the tens, then move to the hundreds, or maybe even thousands, okay? So we need these to stay underneath each other so we know where they should be added together, and we do not accidentally add the 4 and the 5. So the ones and the tens together. So if we look here, 13 plus 50. So 3 plus 5. Those are our ones, so we will start there. 3 plus 5 is 8. Then we move on to our tens. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So 13 plus 15 equals 28. Now, 7 and 7 is a little bit more difficult because 7 plus 7 is 14. Now, the 4 in 14 is our 1. So we place the 4 underneath. Now, this is why it is very important to make sure your columns are correct because 14, the number is 1, 4, but we only have 4 so far. So we need to put our 1 under the tens column. So now the sum is not looking for just 1 plus 1. It is looking for 1 plus 1 plus 1. So the answer for 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So our total, 17 plus 17 equals 34. Now, when we carry these numbers over and we put the 1 underneath, that is called regrouping. Remember, always show your regrouping, and then this way you will know step by step how to complete the sum. Now, you have finished learning and you have finished reviewing, so well done. Good luck for your quiz. I'm sure and I know you will do awesome. Bye-bye.